hidden treasures. In Isaiah, God makes this promise where he says, I am giving you the hidden treasures, riches stored in secret places, so that you will know that I am the Lord. Now, originally, this is a promise God gave to Cyrus of Persia, of all people. But Cyrus had been ordained by God, and this was part of his empowerment. See, Cyrus was to be God's instrument of breakthrough and blessing for God's people. But what does that have to do with us? Well, it's a promise God has been reiterating to his people today. So it's valuable to understand, what are the hidden treasures? How do we tap into those riches hidden in secret places? Understanding what it is and what it is not. Now, fairy tale faith gets the idea that this is something that's going to just drop in your lap, like stumbling across a diamond in a field. But in reality, what it is something more powerful and actually more valuable. The hidden treasures God is calling his people to are the innovations, the strategies, the opportunities, the collaborations led by the Holy Spirit. And things that are so powerful, they bring blessing and transformation, not just to us, but everyone we're associated with, everyone we're involved in. Whatever your assignment, whatever part of your life where God is saying, I want to give you the hidden treasures. It is literally, like Cyrus, is that empowerment to bring breakthrough and blessing overflows. So how do we tap into the hidden treasures? And it's leaning into the Holy Spirit with expectation. Leaning in rather than so many people continue to rely on, no matter how much pressure, they continue to double down on old paradigms, old strategies, old manna that's losing its effectiveness. And the nature is to continue to cling to those old ways, the things that worked in the past, until they fail utterly. And then when there's nothing left, look for that new approach. But what God is saying is, in these days, he's calling people to, again, lean into the Holy Spirit with expectation, not waiting, but rather looking at what's the new approach? What's the innovation? What's the strategy? What's the collaboration? What's the thing that we didn't do before, but it's a new season? And that new thing will bring a new level of breakthrough, a new level of blessing, the kind of thing that's absolutely undeniable. And it's leaning into the Holy Spirit, looking for that leading, that direction that he will highlight. He'll begin to give you those glimmers, the glimpses, the things that begin to come together piece by piece and make this radical transformation. But it's also with expectation. Expectation is the flip side of faith. That when we go to God in any instance, and in this case, we're going to the Holy Spirit for that hidden riches, that new manna, that new approach, the expectation is the faith that he's actually going to show it to us. Rather than a passive waiting to see what happens, literally leaning in with expectation. So often what we find is, what he begins to do is give us little pieces, those glimmers, those glimpses, to a new approach to marketing, a new innovation to transform a business, a new approach that breaks open a whole new avenue of ministry. Those hidden riches, those hidden treasures are so much more valuable than anything we find easily. Because the whole point, like Cyrus of Persia, is it would be greater than us, that it's our empowerment, but it would bring breakthrough and blessings to others. So what are the assignments in your life? What are the ones that need that most profound transformation? What are the ones that weigh on your heart, that you have a deep desire to see things shift, to see things break through, take off? What assignments are there where you can make that commitment to take that to the Holy Spirit and say, what's the hidden treasure? What's the new approach? How can we do this differently, led by you, empowered by you, for the benefit of everyone else? That in the doing, like the promise to Cyrus, so that you will know that I am the Lord. Cyrus, who wasn't one of God's people, would recognize it was God who gave him the empowerment. That's part of the distinction, where the world begins to recognize it was God who gave you this. It was God's empowerment. It was God leading, where God is glorified and it becomes undeniable. And we become the beneficiary of the benefits and blessings.